I'll just quickly check out the website. We have a bunch of new tools on the site. One of them is this one that I'm using as my camera as well. The webcam thing, yeah, I can run it twice actually. Yeah, it becomes a bit unresponsive. You can set this is actually just for essentially for testing your own graphics card and stuff. See if it can get up to 60 frames per second. Probably not. To make it small, I can mirror the thing. I think mirroring actually makes sense. It's meant to be chosen by default. Wait, why am I now looking different? Yeah, I don't know, this one's better, is it? Anyway, I have a bunch of settings that you can use. Yeah, keep the FPS low, especially on your mobile device. Yes, check out this tool. It's available for you. There's a link on the main page. Let me know if there's any questions. It should be pretty self-explanatory. If we have no humans joining in. I might actually use which way am I looking if I'm looking on this side of the screen? Yeah, it looks weird. I'm meant to be not mirrored by default, but it's fine. Okay, what else we've got? This. Okay, a LinkedIn friend mentioned resources that they use. Mentioned actually a bunch of them. Yeah, that meant to be colors. Anyway, so this is the overview of biomedical tools. There meant to be an option where you can show colors for the ease of use, because there's actually a number to it. Let me know if my face not too pixelated. We can agree on a mutual. On a mutual level that we are happy with. Let me know if there's any questions, especially if you checked out the website. Yeah, we have some hidden gems on this site as well, like this jumping cat. This is on it's called unlisted link, so it's in the dark web. So you would only know about it if you are watching my live streams. And there's actually a lot of tools like that. They're essentially development tools. Anyhow, go check out this overview of biomedical tools. Ooh, that was an interesting ad. Something about Huntington disease. Actually did a project on Huntington disease, displaying hundreds of MRI images of Huntington disease patients onto this 40 screen GPU room called The Cave. I don't know if that project's still out there or not. Probably get into all sorts of like copyright issue. Oh, there is a paper. The paper should be in the public domain. Could actually use ChatGPT to review our own papers as well, because we did only one review of somebody else's paper. But we could review, well, I guess even our own, my own like PhD thesis and stuff and papers. Could look at reviewing those. They are in the public domain, which is great. Well, the problem with this link is that it doesn't even have the menu, so you won't be able to go back to the main page, which is a bit of a shame. We have to update that HTML. It's called, the website's called Bionic Chaos for a reason. We have a bunch of other domains that we're not currently properly using, not properly utilizing them all. Yeah, we also have my name domain. They're all .com, by the way. Engineer, which is an engineer misspelled, but it has a meaning because of EEG, the beginning of it. So I have YouTube No, which is YouTube banner. It's the based on my name. It's also .com. BionicChaos.com, which you know all about. We also have Bionic Cloud, which meant to be tools that you see on BionicChaos.com could be made available for you behind the, well, paywall. I meant to say paywall. Yeah, it was a Freudian slip, wasn't it? By the way, neuronnetworks.com is available to purchase. Go snatch it. ChatGPT says let's say, yeah, I was asking ChatGPT if I should get this domain. It said, yeah, you definitely should. I don't think I can be bothered, but it is available for like $10 US a year. Neuron Nutshell as well. Neuron Nutshell is a good one. I don't know if I should be getting this domains, or you can go and grab one of those, replace it. Yourbrains.com is available as well. So go get it while it's last. Worst case, just stop paying the fee, the annual fee. The best case scenario, you could actually sell it for gazillions. Let's actually quickly see. Let's see. Yeah, we're going over. We're currently using paying for ChatGPT and Claude. I don't know if there's any questions. I've been using ChatGPT for 2 years. Yeah, it changed quite a bit over the years. Yeah, now that we have the new voice model as well, it's actually, I don't know, it's the one that I cannot share my screen with, because on my mobile I can. But yeah, don't worry about them. Yeah, it's kind of pointless asking a question about yourself, isn't it? Ooh. This is actually
I
the
get what
older.
you mean. Sometimes it feels a bit odd to compare tools when you're already using one.
Yeah. Well, actually, a mistake there. We made a mistake. We have to actually start a new chat to get access to the new model. Okay, we're live streaming together. Can you be a co-host in my live stream?
Absolutely. I'd be delighted to co-host your live stream. How would you like me to contribute during the session?
Okay, if the viewers can actually hear you, so if you can address them directly, that would be great. Short responses. I'm not able to share my screen with you, am I?
No, I can't see your screen, but I can provide quick responses and keep the conversation engaging for your audience. Let me know what topics you'd like me to cover.
Well, you know what Bionic Chaos is, don't you?
Yes, I'm familiar with Bionic Chaos. It's your website for open source biomedical data applications. If you'd like, I can help explain or discuss the tools and projects on your
Yeah,
site
just
during the
remember
stream.
if we can make your responses more conversational, as if, I don't know, Joe Rogan style. How about Joe Rogan style responses? Quick and sharp and easy, critical, straight to the point.
Got it. I'll keep my responses conversational and to the point, like Joe Rogan. Let me know what you want to dive into during the stream.
Can you do Joe Rogan accent? Like,
I can't do specific
okay,
impressions or accents.
forget about it. Let's move on. So what's the website all about? Do you have a most favorite tool that you have on the site?
Your website, Bionic Chaos, is all about open source biomedical data applications. My favorite tool is the EEG to Music tool, which turns
Yeah,
EEG data.
you keep mentioning that one. How about the different one?
In that case, the audiogram visualizer and interpreter is another standout.
Yeah,
It's
again,
quite
you
innovative.
keep repeating that one as well. Choose a different one.
Another interesting tool is the ECG synthetic signal generator. It's great for simulating various ECG rhythms, especially for educational purposes.
Yeah, it might be too many ads on this one. I don't know why.
Got it. All right, take care.
What? A bit silly, aren't you? Okay, yeah, take care. That's fine. The Google one, actually, yeah. Oh, I forgot about that one. That AI, what's called AI Studio. That one actually you can share the screen with. Can share the screen with. So it's a bit better that way. Yeah, the fact that you can share the screen with stream real time, share screen. Yeah, I'll just do that one specific page because it times me out anyway. Hey, can you see the screen? What you can see on the screen at the moment?
Sure, I see a website called Bionic House.
Okay, I love short responses. Can you read this text? Just quick summary of what the website is all about.
The website is called Bionicos, and it's an open source project that provides tools for biomedical data processing and analysis. It's aimed at making biomedical data accessible to everyone for learning and research.
Anything
And they
that
focus on using
stands out from the FAQ?
The FAQ section stands out because it provides clear answers to a variety of questions about the website.
No, but what's the most interesting thing about the website that you can find?
It is interesting that the website provides a wide variety of tools and resources for biomedical data analysis, all of which are open source. Do you find this appealing?
How about now? Which tool is your favorite out of the ones that you can see on the screen?
The eye tracker tool sounds particularly interesting. Would you like to know more about it?
Which one?
The eye tracker uses a webcam to track your gaze and pupil size. Do you want to explore more about what this can be used for?
So eye tracker is your most favorite tool on the site at the moment, is it?
Yes, the eye tracker is my favorite tool on the site right now. Are you interested in exploring it further?
Not really. What else?
Okay, another interesting tool on the site is the real-time speech visualizer. Would you like to explore that one?
Well, actually, Well, actually, we were using that one. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned it, because we were actually using it to translate everything we say into text. So we actually opened that one, so we can actually use the same prompts for different chatbots that we are using.
I see. You're using the real-time speech visualizer to transcribe what you're saying. It seems you want to use the same prompts for different chatbots. Is there anything else about that tool that you find interesting?
Yeah, no, we don't want to focus on that tool. What else you can see on the page that might be of interest?
All right, I see that the essential biomedical tools for learning and research options seems like it could be of interest, as it mentions advanced software solutions and interactive platforms. Would that be something you might want to explore further?
No, where are you looking? Can you actually, what can you see currently on the screen? Just a quick summary.
Currently on the screen, I see various tools and resources for biomedical data analysis, including options for webcam filters, EMG hand simulation, and seizure mapping. Is there a specific area that you'd like me to summarize?
How about the knowledge graph? What can you tell about the knowledge graph option?
The Knowledge Graph Visualizer, also called Graphit, extracts entities and relationships from text input, generating an interactive graph to visualize connections between them. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, can you have a look? Can you actually have a look at the knowledge graph itself? Tell me what the problem with it might be. Is it the proper knowledge graph or not?
Looking at the knowledge graph, it seems like the word processing is not connected to the rest of the graph, which might be an issue. Is that what you were referring to?
Yeah. What else? That's a good one. What else might be a problem with this graph?
Looking at the graph, the term stimuli is only connected to waves and range, but it seems like it should be more broadly connected to the other aspects of sound processing as well. Would that be an issue that you see too?
So which one? Can you repeat that?
Yes, I noticed that stimuli is only connected to waves and range. I suggested it might be an issue that it is not connected to more of the graph. Is that what you were pointing out as well?
Sorry, I wasn't really listening. Can you repeat that? It timed me out when something went wrong, and yeah, just sent me back to the original screen. It's really nice that you can share your screen. I don't know why ChatGPT won't allow you doing these things. Yeah, Claude won't allow you capture screen. Yeah, that's just a screenshot. That's not the full screen. Yeah, I like the idea of it. Yes, I was saying it's not a full. Is this a full knowledge graph? Are there any issues with this knowledge graph? Except the fact that some nodes are not connected to anything. Are there any other issues with this knowledge graph? Yeah, normally for all we'll have generally better responses.
The main issues with this knowledge graph are:
I like the voice
1.
better as well.
Disconnected nodes. Some nodes are not connected to the rest of the graph, making them isolated and less useful. This likely indicates either improper entity extraction or relationships that were not identified or visualized. You could refine the text processing algorithm to improve the connections between entities or remove isolated nodes for cleaner visualization. 2. Cluster overlap. Related nodes are not visually clustered well, which can make it difficult to identify logical groupings or patterns. Adjusting the graph layout algorithm, e.g. force-directed layout parameters, could help cluster related nodes more effectively. 3. Excessive node count. Allowing too many nodes in a single graph can overwhelm users and reduce clarity. Implement dynamic filtering or prioritize key entities based on frequency or importance. 4. Missing context for relationships. The graph lacks explicit labels or arrows showing the nature of the relationships, e.g., processor extracts features from sound. Adding relationship labels would make it more informative. 5. Node overlap or crowding. When too many nodes are close together, it becomes hard to differentiate connections. This can be mitigated by tweaking the spacing or repelling forces in the graph layout. 6. Lack of interactivity. If a user clicks a node, they should ideally see its connected relationships or details. Adding hover or click interactions for exploring nodes would enhance usability. Addressing these issues will result in a cleaner, more user.
Yeah, that's fine. We actually
This graph
insert the
shows
text
improvement
back
in terms
into
of
the
overall structure and clustering,
graph
but
visualizer.
some key issues remain. 1. Cluster density. While there are groupings, they still appear somewhat dense, and overlapping nodes, like nodes, graph, and connections, reduce clarity. Tweaking the layout to increase spacing or using dynamic zoom could help. 2. Disconnected nodes. There are still isolated nodes like importance, patterns, and context. These could either represent weakly connected concepts or errors in entity extraction. Filtering out less relevant nodes or improving the relationship extraction process would help address this. 3. Ambiguous relationships. The lack of labels or directional arrows between nodes continues to obscure the nature of connections. Adding relationship labels, e.g. related to, derived from, would make the graph more informative. 4. Node relevance. Some nodes, such as allowing or issues, seem generic and may not add value to the graph. Implementing a scoring system to prioritize domain-specific entities over generic words would make the graph more focused. 5. Visual hierarchy. Key nodes like graph, nodes, or knowledge could be visually distinguished, e.g. larger size or different color to represent their importance. This would help users quickly identify central concepts. 6. Interaction features. The graph could be more interactive by allowing users to hover over or click nodes to see definitions or further relationships. Overall, this version is a step forward, but enhancing interactivity, relationship labeling, and filtering of less relevant nodes would further improve usability and clarity.
Yeah, we could actually use that for development. Yeah, this code that we actually get the Claude working as well. Just upload this code to it. Oops, I actually inserted the wrong code, but never mind. Yeah, we obviously have too many things going on, but that's fine. Eventually, yeah, it's a bit like untangling one of those graphs, especially if it has like too many nodes. The good thing about, yeah, we can just pop it into the knowledge graph. Yeah, we're having a convolutional neural net, so you can just look at the main nodes. Performance is important. Otherwise, nothing really stands out as important, so not a great text. It's okay. Yeah, I actually meant to placing a different code into Claude, to Claudette. Yeah, sitemap that actually checks the website. So we want to automate this code checks, meant to check the website. Can you just, without generating any code, just explain what it does quickly? Started a new chat. We're not gonna read anything. Can just pop it into a knowledge graph. Generate graph. Yeah, it's not a great text because it's explaining code. Page checks. Yes, we're checking issues. Landing page. Hey, can you give a longer explanation? Just the continuous text without any dot points. Don't include any code in your response. Let's see. Claude can actually turn it into conversational something. Yeah, it doesn't have text to speech. Okay, you can tell this is a slightly better text. I guess by untangling it, you actually learn what is it about. Yeah, just looking at the main nodes. You have script, sitemap, website, error handling, timeouts. I wonder if by doing this knowledge graph thing to any text would actually tell you how good the text is. Everything meant to be connected to one another, isn't it? But currently we're just using it to understand the text instead of actually reading it. Because I need to see things. I can't read anything. Yeah, and if it's too complicated, we can reduce it to sitemap, health check, script, website. 16 nodes. I don't know why it tangled like that by default. Can improve that. Website health, directory structure. Yeah, that's being repeated. Script pages 7. If you go 100, you can actually see straight away that the Eros has 2 connections to its website, has 4, script has 4, efficiency sitemap has gazillion, 5 or 6. And anyway, you get the point. When we actually run this script, let's run it quickly. We get a list of all the errors on the page. Okay, we get quite a few, almost 50. That's not good, is it? That's not good. Is there any point placing something like this into... no. Not really. It's kind of useless. That's the original sample of the knowledge graph, graph example text that explains to you how a cochlear implant works. So I don't know if it's, let me know if it's useful or not. It's still tangled when you load the page. Let's go over this quickly. That one's not doing anything, it's loading forever. Yeah, it's a large project. This one here is a Flask application, so we're not gonna do that. Okay, it is meant to have controls to it. It's meant to have controls. Something didn't load properly, did it? I have a preset questions. It's meant to be calling a model, but there's no model JSON. Meant to be training a model. Yeah, that's interesting. Hey, yeah, we do want something like that on the side, but that will take much longer. We actually need to train whatever the chat model. I have the code for training. Oh, okay, now I remember what happened. I was using a different machine to actually make this, and we didn't have TensorFlow installed. Now we should have TensorFlow, so why is it still complaining? I don't know. It will be an interesting project. I want to edit. A chat gear. We had another chatbot. The chatbot is for the whole website. Just actually replace the search that we have on the main page. It's a thinking cat meant to help us think. Once it got an idea, it jumps. Yeah. Bias seam is obviously not ready. I don't know what the idea was for it even. Chat care is interesting. We'll pop it into our main project. What else we got? Close it for now. Just have to go over this folder quickly. Chat care, dataset tracker. Yeah, remember this one. It's meant to be fetching datasets, downloading results. Yeah, it could be an interesting project. It's just that the problem with it is that a lot of these websites would not let you crawl their site. It might actually block me or something if I try to automate scrolling. Brain data generator. What's it called? Database. Yeah, I actually want to change for the project. We actually want to develop primarily in Python, and then yeah, just slightly changing. That's the kind of stuff. So I'm thinking I'm currently generating a JavaScript and a JavaScript front end and no back end tools on my website, as you know. Can you just quick response to that?
Sure. If you're focusing on a JavaScript front end without a back end, you can leverage static data files like JSON and use client-side processing for interactivity.
Yeah, so
This approach
that's ideal. That's ideal. So we would like, what does it do? CSS, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and JSON files. So that would be a minimized project. That project will be, I guess, what, under 100 megabytes all up. It can be bigger than that.
Absolutely. Keeping your project to HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and JSON ensures a lightweight structure, and it can definitely stay under 100 megabytes. This approach will keep everything efficient and straightforward for your users.
Hey, no, that's fine. I was asking how big a project like that can be. Can it be more than 100 megabytes in size?
A project with just HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and JSON files typically remains well under 100 megabytes. It's usually much smaller, often just a few megabytes, depending on your assets.
Well, right. Okay, so we're keeping that one small, say in the tens of megabyte. Now, how about larger projects? So I'm thinking, so currently, so if we're developing directly in JavaScript, essentially, what are we missing out on? So what do you think about developing in Python first with using larger data sets, and then at the end, because we want to deploy something on our website, we'll be essentially minimizing the project and only using like a sample of the data set.
Developing in Python first, especially for handling larger datasets, allows you to leverage powerful data processing libraries like Pandas and NumPy. This can be advantageous for computationally intensive tasks. Once you have your results, you can then simplify and use a subset of the data for the front end, keeping the project lightweight. This way you get the best of both worlds: robust processing with Python and efficient deployment with JavaScript.
So what are the alternatives to this type of development?
Alternatives include using Node.js for both server-side and client-side development, enabling JavaScript throughout. You could also consider using serverless architectures with cloud functions for scalable backends. Another option is using frameworks like Django or Flask with REST APIs for a more balanced approach between Python and JavaScript. These provide flexibility and scalability depending on your project
Can you
needs.
give me the conceptual side of things without any names of specific tools? Can you give me a general overview without technical terminology?
Certainly. Conceptually, you can think of development as a balance between processing power and user experience. On one end, you can have a simple, lightweight structure that runs entirely on the user's device, making it fast and easy to use. On the other end, you might rely on more powerful external processing to handle complex tasks, which then delivers a streamlined result to the user. The key is finding the right balance for your needs, considering the complexity of your data and the performance you want to deliver.
Okay, so again, can you, without any technical terms, talk about the difference between developing JavaScript straight away or Python first?
Sure. Developing directly in JavaScript means you create everything that runs right on the user's device. This approach is straightforward and keeps things lightweight. On the other hand, starting with Python allows you to handle more complex tasks or heavier processing before simplifying the results for the user's device. It's about balancing complexity and performance.
Hey, can you give me the headlines of the topics we covered in this chat?
Certainly. We covered project size and structure for lightweight front-end development. 2. Advantages of starting with Python for complex data processing. 3. Conceptual differences between developing directly in JavaScript versus starting with Python. 4. General overview of balancing complexity and performance in development.
Which approach is better?
Title: Choosing the right development approach. JavaScript versus Python for web projects. When embarking on a new web development project, one of the primary decisions is choosing the right approach. Should you dive straight into JavaScript or start with Python? Each path offers unique advantages depending on your project's needs. JavaScript, speed and simplicity. Developing directly in JavaScript allows for a streamlined, lightweight approach. This method is ideal for creating projects that run entirely on the user's device, offering quick interactivity and ease of use. For projects that prioritize user experience and simplicity, a JavaScript-first approach might be the best fit. Python, power and flexibility. Starting with Python can be advantageous for handling complex data processing. Python's rich ecosystem excels in tasks that require significant computation, making it a strong choice for projects involving heavy data analysis or back-end processing. Once the heavy lifting is done, results can be translated into a more user-friendly format. Finding the balance. The choice between JavaScript and Python often comes down to the specific needs of your project. JavaScript shines in creating responsive, interactive experiences, while Python offers robust capabilities for more complex back-end tasks. By understanding the strengths of each, you can better align your development approach with your project's goals. Is there anything else you'd like to know or add to the blog?
Anyway, go check out the website. There's a lot of interesting tools coming up and already available on the site. Don't forget to provide your feedback. See you next time. Bye.